Houston Texans taking on Josh Allen and the Indianapolis Colts.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, then that'll help my team.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Gain of 21.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
Allen's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Akeem Hicks able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Colts send out their punter. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. They'll be led out by a man making a remarkable return to the football field. It is Alex Smith.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stacked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
On first down, Smith. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Smith. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now it's Smith. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Texans first down.
Now Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's to the 10. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jeff Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Grant on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire, all the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way, and he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it?
made at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score Texans 7, Colts 0.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Smith on first down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, Smith. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42.
1st and 10.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jamal Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first?
He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
1st and 10 at their own 20.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. It took 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Interception.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
after the interception. Here's Smith. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
From the gun, here's Smith.
3rd and 5.
And that is incomplete.
Smith's pass intended for Thaddeus Moss. Incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0.
Colts, nothing.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want?
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Allen. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Colts, nothing.
Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Gets this one to Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Smith. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. To throw on second and 10, Smith. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Colts, nothing.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A final shot before half for Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And that one is at halftime, as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. Kyler Murray accounting for both their scores with a pair of first-half touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this carries into the end zone, and Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Williams. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Blake Martinez, second in the league in tackles last year, gets another there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Smith to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Colts' 45-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Smith. As he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Smith now to throw. And he took that thing one-handed. Touchdown, Houston. Jeff Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans add on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
25-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
48-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And here comes the Texans now. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Powers through again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, Smith. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Oh, no, it's free. Hill fumbled it.
Smith's pass.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
On the keeper.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Williams. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That's on the veteran tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Smith. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jeff Thomas, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
And on the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And the Colts getting ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Allen's pass.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. The left tackle, Trent Williams, guilty there. Smith now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. That one complete to Hill. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
A.J. Hill. 16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
32 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Smith throwing again. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the ground, this is Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
He's brought down at the 15.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Colts, nothing.
2nd and 9. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Allen. That's complete to Jake Buck. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. There he goes again. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That good for 22 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
6-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. They only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own 24 yards.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
On 2nd down, Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, it's Allen. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. He finds his target. It's Prater. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Allen's throw is complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Complete to Jake.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be from 56 yards out. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end.
Score Texans 47, Colts nothing.
Texans back out there and ready to go. And this team just continues to win football games. They're well on their way to another victory here. And that 16-0 season starting to come into focus. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's got this down to the 35. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Texans, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.